At 20 minutes after 9, Saturday morning, February 27th, the Faith Temple of God in Christ on Amsterdam Avenue and 150th Street opened its doors for the funeral of El-Hajj Malik El-Shabazz. Relatively few of the 6,000 persons who were estimated there could get into the church. Ossie Davis, a friend of Malcolm's, delivered the eulogy.
Here, at this final hour, in this quiet place, Harlem has come to bid farewell to one of its brightest hopes, extinguished now and gone from us forever. For Harlem is where he worked and where he struggled and fought. There are those who will consider it their duty as friends of the Negro people to tell us to revile him, to flee even from the presence of his memory, to save ourselves by writing him out of the history of our turbulent times. Many will ask what Harlem finds to honor in this stormy, controversial, and bold young captain, and we will smile. Many will say, turn away, away from this man, for he is not a man, but a demon, a monster, a subverter, and an enemy of the black man. And we will smile. They will say that he is of hate, a fanatic, a racist, who can only bring evil to the cause for which you struggle. And we will answer and say unto them, did you ever talk to Brother Malcolm? Did you ever touch him or have him smile at you? Did you ever really listen to him? Did he ever do a mean thing? Was he ever himself associated with violence or any public disturbance? For if you did, you would know him. And if you knew him, you would know why we must honor him. Malcolm was our manhood, our living black manhood. This was his meaning to his people. And in honoring him, we honor the best in ourselves. However much we differed with him, or with each other about him and his value as a man, let his going from us serve only to bring us together now. Consigning these mortal remains to earth, the common mother of all, secure in the knowledge that what we place in the ground is no more now a man, but a seed, which, after the winter of discontent, will come forth again to meet us. And we shall know him then for what he was and is, a prince, our own black shining prince, who did not hesitate to die because he loved us so.
Anytime you beg another man to set you free, you will never be free. Freedom is something that you have to do for yourself. Just like the white man in America brought about freedom for himself by letting the people who oppressed him and colonized him know that he was willing to pay the price. And until the American Negro lets the white man know that we are really, really ready and willing to pay the price that is necessary for freedom, our people will always be walking around here second-class citizens, or what you call 20th century slaves.
What price are you talking about, sir?
The price of freedom is death.
All right. I've been managing to work a little bit of magic with this. Hold on. Can y'all hear me? Okay, I'm too loud. Maybe I'll back up off the mic. That's what I'll do.
We can hear you.
Yeah. So as people go around honoring the loss of life from people that meant a lot to the community, I don't want us, our community, to ever forget the people that were killed, unjustly convicted, the people that are serving time that shouldn't be, and those that we hold dear to us. The Tamir Rices, the Philandos, the Jonathan Bothams, the Botham Johns, I'm sorry, Jonathan Botham. My mind's not all the way together. The Sandra Blands, the Nolan West, the Trayvons, the Briannas, the Georges, the Cyruses, Tasha Harlan, Elijah McClain, Tyree Nichols, Eric Garner, and the infinite list of those that we lost. And see, people might think I'm wrong for this particular approach, but tragedies happen all the time. At least that's what we're told, right? When we want to honor and mourn our loved ones that are gone, the response from this social injustice structure is that they should have complied, or it happens, these things happen. Like we're just made to have to deal with it. So forgive my inability to take part in the fallacy that you call selective grieving. They don't grieve how we grieve, and they definitely don't grieve for the same reasons. So I'll be damned if I grieve for the same reasons that they grieve. For the Malcolms, for the Martins, for the Freds, for all of our people. We're just told to get over it or deal with it, or they quietly become martyrs of something that's so much bigger. And I'm not gonna grieve and mourn the loss of someone that fights for the oppressor. It'll never happen. I'm too black for that. And I'm not saying anybody else is wrong for grieving with your oppressor, but it ain't gonna be me. I promise it won't be me. We got too many others that get forgotten about throughout the years. We got too many others that just get wrote off. And I'd rather remember them. They meant a lot more to this movement. They gave their lives up for racism. And I came to the conclusion that all this tragedy that we have put upon us is like, I was watching somebody and they said it's like they're harvesting energy And they've been harvesting our energy for every time that we wanted to explode, and for every riot that they wanted to start, for, I'm just saying, I'm not going to grieve. You're not going to catch me at the oppressor's funeral in tears. I'm going to be in the back with a little tally mark on the notebook, keeping count of how many there's left. That's just me. And that sounds, I guess that sounds too pro-black, but I could be pro-white. I could be like Sterling Brown when he said pro-black is whack. What did he say? Being pro-black is being pro-whack. I could be like that, but I don't fit those shoes. I could never fit those shoes. Those are clown shoes. I don't even think those shoes fit the people that's wearing them. They just bought them oversized for the aesthetics. They're clowns. And take with that what you will. It's not a personal dig. It's just when you say some off-the-wall shit, you can expect people are going to have an off-the-wall opinion about you forever. And I'll always have that opinion. I have that opinion about a lot of people that we all know mutually. They're not a part of the movement. They would be there grieving with the oppressor, and I can't grieve with the oppressor. I'm not. I don't have a political position to need to grieve with the oppressor. Because last time I checked, anytime these people that have died while Trump's been in office, Trump doesn't grieve with them. Matter of fact, he said he does quite the opposite. You know? So I'm trying to figure out, when are we going to take the hint that they're not we're not in the same boat, folks. And you definitely don't want to be on a boat with them. And you definitely don't want to be on a boat, period, especially given what done happened to Brother Nolan Wells. That they're actively, that this is active, they're actively covering up that case, by the way. So, it'll be a good show. We're going to come in with some updates in a few. We got our on-the-scene reporter, YSKT, is going to come in and share a few things about what's going on local. I've been trying to keep up, but I told you that my main computer is down right now. So I'm on this backup computer, and it is inhibiting my ability to check and be up to the minute. It is not a fast computer.
And that's why you have to stop shopping at Goodwill for computers. That's all.
Goodwill doesn't sell computers. There's that.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Why they don't?
Have you ever seen? I've never seen one in Goodwill.
Okay. If you say so.
I've never seen one.
Anyway, good afternoon. I'm saying good
Are
afternoon.
you going to play the speaker in the background?
Just play the speaker in the background. What are you talking about?
Yeah, because I can hear the echo.
Oh, okay. If we're gonna start that tonight, I'm leaving it where it's at. If we're gonna start it, I can talk from my phone because I'm not moving nothing right now, sir.
Well, it's not about moving anything. I just need you to not be in proximity to the speaker so we don't get the feedback.
No, that's all right.
All right. Well, that's cool. Good. So that being said, yeah, folks. We're gonna have to come with some updates. But I haven't been able to show y'all these videos that I've been wanting to show y'all. I got stuff going viral low key. On TikTok. And it sucks because I can't share it with y'all the way I want to share it with y'all. But what I can share with y'all is little bits and pieces that I am, whatever that's worth. So check this out. There it goes. Run that back real quick.
Black history that you weren't taught in school. You likely know what Jim Crow was, but who was Jim Crow? How did he even get this name? Well, this man is actually this guy. It all starts with Thomas D. Rice, who was a playwright and performer. His most famous act by far was dressing up in blackface as a black man with exaggerated features and performing a song and dance called Jump Jim Crow.
Hey, I can't hear it.
And mega viral, basically launching Black history that you
Okay. I can't hear it on my end. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? No, you can't. You can't hear me.
Now, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
All right. So I'll play this again, just in case.
history that you weren't taught in school. You likely know what Jim Crow was, but who was Jim Crow? How did he even get this name? Well, this man is actually this guy. It all starts with Thomas D. Rice, who was a playwright and performer. His most famous act by far was dressing up in blackface as a black man with exaggerated features and performing a song and dance called Jump Jim Crow. This act went mega viral, basically launching.
The next line was launching minstrel shows. This is the OG of blackface. This is the godfather, if you will, of blackface. And that's where the name Jim Crow came from. So just the long legacy of, hold on, I got you. Let me take care of you guys real quick. It's gonna play. There we go. I was able to stop it. All right. Let me hit the music real quick. Hold on. Share screen. Oh yeah, make sure you guys are sharing this out. Y'all know I'm working with a handicap. They won't let me, I can't get to everything that I normally get to. But check this out.
White man in America, he said, I'm tired of helping these black people. Let them kill each
Let me ask you something, okay? Hold on just a second. I've let you. Hold on then. Let me just ask you a question.
Yes.
You're familiar with the drug bust that went down about 10 days ago. The organization we've been talking about all evening long, Rayful Edmonds' organization.
Yes.
The drugs came from Los Angeles, from the Crips gang. It's a black gang.
You know something? Let me tell you something. This is how it works. You go over there, you get your airplanes, you go over to these other countries, you bring drugs back, you put them into these black neighborhoods. You understand me? People don't, let me tell you something. You know some of your biggest drug dealers in America is sitting right up in New York on Wall Street.
Right.
The night of the base of public enemy. Don't try to put the blame on all black people. You know, that's the statistic. That's the lie. See, a lot of video. The statistics in America is lying on black folks all the time.
Thank you.
You know what? We don't go on airplanes, buses, trains, none of that stuff. You know what? The U.S. government plays a great big part, and it's called genocide in America, and that's what it's about.
Listen to public enemy. Yes, ma'am. Now, hold on just a second. If we could just hear from this lady.
I'm a psychiatrist.
Hold on just a second. If we could get the mic close enough to you. You got to understand, we've got a very large hall here, and it's difficult sometimes to get the microphone to folks. Yes, ma'am.
I am a psychiatrist, a general psychiatrist, and child psychiatrist here in Washington. And I'm disturbed that the program has gone on for such a long time, talking at the level of the symptom and not talking about the disease itself. But I give you credit because you started out the program talking about the Kerner Commission report. And that was 20 years ago. And President Johnson's report on violence, no less, that the number one cause of violence was racism. And racism is the major problem in this area of the world. It's the major problem on the planet. And yet we have a perfect example in microcosm right here on this program, how we have high government officials who do know, are supposed to know about what's going on, but there was steadfast avoidance of this most critical issue. And as a psychiatrist, I do know that people often avoid, truth is painful. And we don't like to talk about racism. It reminds me of Nazi Germany because people didn't like to talk about anti-Semitism. Freud couldn't talk about anti-Semitism. So 6 million people who were considered not to be white people, the term Semite means mulatto, and those people were removed because it was a white supremacy system, it was racism, and there was a subconscious attitude about destroying and removing these people.
I'll tell you what, let's take a break. I'm going to come back to you because I'd like to have you explain. Doctor, we wanted to get back to you because you were talking about, and so many people here this evening have spoken about racism, genocide, plans, plots that the white community is in effect trying to eradicate the black community. And I wonder if you would try as best you can to simplify that to an audience out there that is largely white, that is watching, that I must tell you is probably surprised, if not shocked, to hear it put in such extreme terms.
Well, let me say this, that 6 million Jews were killed, and it was a plan to kill them. There was a Wannsee conference in Germany where officials sat down at a conference table and planned to kill 11 million. The Semites of the Jewish religion did not believe that anybody would do that to them. And when people began to talk about something is being planned to destroy us, I suppose then also that people said, oh, that's a conspiracy, nobody would do that.
Are you seriously suggesting that there is a comparable plan in the United States today? Are you really?
See, wait a minute, the thing that we're not doing and the thing that we are constantly avoiding is talking about racism. Now, let me tell you what I understand racism to be. Racism is a behavior system that is organized because white people are a minority on the planet. They are a tiny minority of the world's people. The black, brown, red, and yellow people are the world majority.
That's right.
Not only that, white people are genetic recessive in terms of skin coloration. You see somebody like whose skin is white, if they have sexual relations with a black person, the product is colored. And there is the fear of white genetic annihilation. It existed in Europe, it existed in Germany, it exists here today. And this is why people, it's written about in the Washington Post, in the New York Times, in the Washington Times, when there are discussions that go on like this by year 2080. The majority people in this area of the world are going to be the blacks, the Hispanics, and the Asians. Oh my, we must do something about it.
Mr. Cobb.
Now, you see, it's the same discussion that goes on in South Africa.
Let this gentleman respond.
But let me just finish this quickly, and then I'll say.
You've had a good long run, but so.
Let me just say this: that if we understand the white fear of genetic annihilation, which was why Willie Horton could be used as a very profound symbol by the Republican Party to win its election, then we will understand what is happening to the black male in this society. The black male is the threat to white genetic annihilation. And so he is profoundly attacked in this society. And if we begin to understand that, we understand what happens to the black family. If you remove the father, then the son is wandering around confused, doesn't know what to do, will get together in a gang and ends up being depressed, getting on drugs and going to prison. And in the United States, in Washington, D.C., I believe we have the second highest incarceration rate, second only to South Africa. And so in South Africa, you have black men in the work camps and the women on the Bantu stands. And here we have the black men in prison and the women in the projects and the male children going unfathered. Now, I say that
Ma'am?
racism is responsible.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Mr. Koppel. What Dr. Wesley was saying, I absolutely agree with. My name is Bernard Demchek, and I'm with Reverend Jesse Jackson and National Rainbow Coalition. I want to bring her point down to a very specific happening right here tonight. This entire format of this program from its inception was racist. This program started off for 1 hour of national primetime TV, and I'm going to make my comment and ask a question to the Bush administration. National primetime TV from 10 to 11 o'clock at night, talking about and watching black people kill black people in Washington, D.C. That's the way it started. After the first hour, then we had 1/2 an hour of the secretary and Mr. Bennett talking about their ideas and their program. And then for the next 1/2 an hour, you had various people that were going to present a very logical kind of statistical argument about this problem. And only after the audience got frustrated did the audience begin to say the real problem in this country is racism. So the format of this program has begun. Now, I want to make that point and raise this question to the Bush administration. Why, Mr. Koppel, if this community of the finest, most intelligent black African Americans in this nation in Washington, D.C., from our top leadership to these community organizers are here, this is Washington, D.C., if we're willing to stay here till 6 o'clock in the morning to deal with this problem, why did Mr. Bennett and Mr. Kemp and the rest of the Bush administration leave at 12 o'clock? That,
Tell you what.
that, Mr. Koppel, Mr. Koppel, my question, very
Well,
quickly.
now wait a second.
That,
Hold
Mr.
on.
Koppel, is-
Hold on just a
that,
second.
Mr. Koppel, is my question
Well,
because
then
I'm gonna
permit
close
me
with this.
to answer your
I'm gonna
question.
ask- I'm
If
gonna
you're
close
just
with this
if you're
question.
just asking
You're very
questions,
good in cutting people off. I
if
wanna
you're
close
just
with this
asking
question.
questions,
My
if you're
question
simply
is,
asking questions for the
why
purpose.
did they leave? I'm asking the Bush administration.
Well,
why
how
did they
about
leave
letting
at
me
midnight?
answer the question, because
Why?
I'm the one who invited them. And both of them made it very clear to me that this was a very difficult evening for them to come. Hold on.
We're dying in this community. That's how difficult it is for us.
I understand. I was the one who said, if you can even come for half an hour, I would appreciate it. Now, there are plenty of raps that you can make against the Bush administration if you want to. That's one you'll have to make on me. Now, the beginning of the program, you talked about it. I'm sorry, you must have been watching another program. I had a great deal to do with putting this program together, and I can tell you the first 5 minutes of the program dealt with young black people killing black people. And the rest of the program dealt with black people in the community coping and helping one another. And the third part of the program dealt with racism. Now, I don't know what you were watching, but you weren't watching the program I put together.
Let me know what.
Okay, can I say something? Hold up. Okay, so you imagine what she just said. Think about what she just said and think about what we're dealing with today. Is there a difference?
Yeah, Louisiana took over Washington, D.C.'s place for most incarcerated.
Exactly. Basically, that's exactly what took place. And not only that, is the same situation. I was listening earlier, I think I sent it to you in Messenger. A young man was talking about the experiment they did with rats. I remember that when I've heard that story before, where they had rats. They built a town for rats. They were doing a test on rats, and they gave them plenty of food. They had things to do. They were very active. And slowly but surely, the scientists started taking things away from them. They started with the food. They started with the hamster wheel, because there was a hamster wheel in there. They took that away. So they started slowly but surely taking the things away that were making these mice happy. And then they start turning on themselves. So when you take that, I'm not calling us rats. I'm using that as a metaphor. Just imagine how our quote unquote slums look, our ghettos look. What happens in ghettos when you take away, you close their community centers, right? You don't put internet in the community centers so the kids can come and use computers or tablets in it. You take away their playing equipment. You take away all the things that gives them exercise and make them feel good to do things. You take away their grocery stores. You take away their fresh fruits. You take away things that they need to live on out of their community on purpose. What's going to happen? What do they start doing? They start turning on each other. Now, if you don't think that experiment wasn't done in the ghettos toward us, you're mistaken, because it was done to us in the ghetto. We were an experiment. And the ghettos really weren't originally built for us. They were built for white folks. But we wound up in them. And they took away our grocery stores. They took away our after school activities. All the things that made us happy, they took it away. So what do? We turn to harassing, bullying, raping, and killing our own. That's what happens when you take away resources or when you block resources from coming in. You look at your community centers. How many of your community centers right now are open that you can go in and your kids can do things in them right now to this day without having to go through red tape to use one, to put on a program? Your own city council person couldn't even feed people for Thanksgiving in her community center, in her district. You remember that, y'all? Because I do. So this is what we're dealing with. This is what we are dealing with. And the reason why is so much frustration. There's so much. It's the ideal that the resources are taken away from us. Don't feel guilty about using anybody's resources that's supposed to be used. Don't ever feel guilty about that. There's no need for you to feel guilty about that. Your taxpayer money pays for it. And if the federal government says you're supposed to have it, you're supposed to have it. That's not no free welfare or anything like that. That's what the government says. That's a rule the government says, that most low-income communities supposed to have community centers in them. And they're supposed to be utilized by the people who live in those communities. They're not supposed to have doors locked up and no electricity and no internet. They're supposed to be thriving. They're supposed to be working. People are supposed to use them for meeting places. People are supposed to be using them for activities for the kids. That's what those community centers are for. And that's what the federal government, not state government, federal government said is supposed to happen in Black or low-income communities. So when you pull away the resources, guess what happens? We'll build a Renaissance. We'll add extra beds. We'll build a new prison because we know they coming. Just look how they act in the 1st and 4th grade. We can count beds from the 4th grade because their community center is not open. Their grocery stores are not in their community. So we can expect for them to be in here in the next 5 to 10 years because that's how they predict our kids coming to prison. And this is not no nuance. This has been going on for years. It was a book written about it back in the 70s about how they count prison beds by how many times your child gets suspended from school or get in trouble at school. Look how they've changed the rules on behavior in school. They have what you call a zero tolerance. Why do you think the zero tolerance is in play? Because they prepping your child for a bed in a prison. That's why. There's no outlet for these children. None. So what they do? They kill up each other. They rob their neighbors. They harass people. They destroy stuff because there's no outlet. And it's the community leaders, it's the schools, it's the churches, the organizations' responsibility to keep our children off the streets in the way that's going to hurt them. It takes a village, and it takes responsible parents. And parents need to have an outlet. Parents need to be being taught how to be parents so they can handle those things when they come about. When you start having problems with your children, how to handle them. Parents need someone to talk to. I'm not talking about no preacher, because sometimes preacher kids are worst kids there is. So you can't go to no preacher talking about how to be a parent because they're having a hard time themselves. So you need somebody who's certified or who has a license to help you with your children and how you can cope when you have a problem child. There's no outlets. And that's where we have the issue at. I yield my time.
I do want to go back to one of the first claims that was made about what the gentleman said about the drug trade and how they put drugs in our community. And you guys have heard me say this plenty of times. Plenty of times. The job and the duty of these task force that call themselves these drug task force, or more specifically the Rapides Parish, the raid unit, right? They are telling you that they participate actively in the drug trade in Alexandria. They buy it, they sell it, they set people up. They get in contact with dealers, they get in contact with the customers. They're very much so. And when the drug bust happens, they get the money and the dope. And a lot of times, I want you guys to understand what I'm saying. A lot of times, these people that get caught up and end up going to jail and going down behind this bad behavior, right? They end up taking a plea deal. When someone takes a plea deal, that eliminates the need for any of the evidence to be submitted for a trial. So where do you think the confiscated dope and the confiscated money goes back into the streets, because law enforcement, by their own admission, are heavily involved in the drug trafficking. If you've been selling dope for 10, 15 years, 9 times out of 10, you done got popped, and they're allowing you to sell dope. Especially if you still selling now. And that's just facts. We got to be more careful. We got to be more careful. These traps are set for us. They're not trying to catch Jonathan Callis drunk driving. That was an accident. They didn't mean to catch him. They didn't even know who they were probably pulling over. That's why you can't find the paperwork. But I bet if you Google my name, you can see them fake ass traffic tickets they got on me. And when I went to jail for that, the system is created to exploit us. Prime example. Check this out.
If 1 in 3 black guys have felonies,
And if 1 in 3 black guys have felonies,
then that's just going to be more common.
That there was a lot of people saying that Just Pearly things were on a bunch of shows saying that 1 in 3 black men have a felony.
that's surprising to think that 1 in 3 black men have felonies. Where did that come from?
You can Google it.
All right, so I think we're kind of seeing a little bit of looseness or shoddiness in these arguments here. I mean, that's a very, and I'm not saying that it's wrong, but that's a very stark argument, that a very stark statistic, that 1 in 3 black men have felonies. So it would be good if you're going to put that out there to kind of know where we got it, right?
She was on these black shows and she said that, and nobody checked her ass because nobody's actually done the research to prove her wrong. So when you get these white folks on these platforms like Steven Crowder, like Just Pearly, who don't do the research themselves and also can't even tell you the statistics for their own race of men.
It's kind of weird to know the stats for black men and not know the stats for white men. Is that a little weird? Do you know how many white men are felons?
Not off the top of my head. I know I've looked it up before.
Do we all see kind of what's going on? If you want to present yourself and like, hey, I know what I'm talking about. It's weird to know how many black men are felons, but not to know how many white men are felons. But then that white.
Do you want to just Google it? You can Google it if you want.
But you're the one making the argument, not me.
That's how you know somebody is racist, and you should not be rocking with them. I don't know why I got to keep telling the black community this. Are y'all that hard up on getting clicks, likes, and views? Where you gonna sit there and have an openly racist woman on there to spew this dumb shit, and you not gonna do the research for yourself, and then not ask her, can you tell me the white men's statistics on grape, on child, essay, on how many times they swing on their wives, drug use? Why you can't tell me none of your people's statistics, but you citing this black stuff? That the 1 in 3 narrative came from older research about the lifetime risk of imprisonment for black men born in the early 1980s. It does not mean that 1 in 3 black men alive today are felons. The newest Sentencing Project report, like I reported, shows black men born in 2001 now have a 1 in 5 lifetime risk and not a 1 in 3. And that was one of the sticking points where I was telling you guys that you need to be proud of these millennials and the Gen Zers, because they are primarily responsible for decreasing these rates. The 1 in 3 black men are felons line is outdated, inaccurate, and is often used as a racist talking point to exaggerate criminality in the black community.
If 1 in 3 black guys have felonies,
And if
So let's dig in a little bit, right? You got this class of racist white folks who try to skate by on gnarled inaccurate statistics, right? And they paint us all with the wrong information that she knew that the information was incorrect when she said it. But that did not stop her. Being accurate does not stop these people, or being inaccurate does not stop these folks from being racist. So clearing up any statistical error with them, like to their face, unless it's on a public platform, it's for naught. They don't care. They're probably getting done talking to you and go tell somebody else that lie. They'll probably jump on another post, or they'll probably share that lie with somebody else that won't look up the information. Now, I will tell you some information that did get looked up. Hold on, let me see if I can kind of zoom in.
1 in 3.
Right. I want you to pay attention to these mannerisms. Do you see, like, the whole time he's talking, she's looking at something or trying to look up something on the computer. And her eyes, look at her eyes, just all over the place. She's basically trying to find a way out because she knew she stepped into some shit because he called her on it. And a lot of times you see that look on her face, that fucking just giggle it off. Now, if I got on here and I told y'all that white men lead in suicide, y'all would be like, that's wrong. I'm right. I know they take themselves out at a lot higher rate than anybody else on the measuring stick, right? Now, there are some other statistics that they lead in. That's why I don't like having this conversation about statistics with people that don't know the numbers. Because if you don't know the numbers, you'll never know what he's about to show. And I have these numbers for myself. I know these numbers for myself, but I'm going to use his reference point. When you get to talking about actual crime, actual criminality, actual degeneracy, when you get to talking about 71.3 to 85% of all bestiality cases are white people. When you get to talking about 68% to, oh, hold on, I'm gonna use his numbers. I'm gonna use his numbers as soon as they come up on the screen. But when you get to talking about the trafficking, when you get to talking about, is this it? No, that ain't it. When you get to talking about the trafficking, when you get to talking about the prostitution, when you get to talking about, every day I have no less than 30 stories on a daily basis. Hold on, here they go. So, by the numbers, white males are 28.4. I gave them 21%, but 28.4% of the U.S. population. They make up 69.8% of rape arrests. They make up 65.3% of arrests for offenses against family and children. They make up 59.1% of violent crime arrests overall. And they're over 50% of prostitution and vice. They're all, this is the numbers we don't talk about. These are the numbers we don't talk about. So when they try to throw the criminality of black people in our faces, it's literally just a diversion tactic. It's a whataboutism, if you will. It's them trying to dodge accountability, which is something they really gotten good at, which is something they often accuse us of. That's the new narrative, that black people, we dodge accountable. We're not accountable. We're not being held accountable, or we don't hold each other accountable. Because that's the type of shit they say about Carmelo, right? The fact that we feel that young man had a right to defend itself, and he defended himself, and we're still supporting him, that shows that we lack accountability and we aren't holding Carmelo accountable. Well, where are the people holding white folks accountable? Where are the people putting out these numbers on them? Why do they know so much about us? And as you can literally see, I'll put the volume back up.
Say on how many times they swing on their wives, drug use. Why you can't tell me none of your people statistics, but you citing this black stuff? That the 1 in 3 narrative came from older research about the lifetime risk of imprisonment for black men born in the early 1980s. It does not mean that 1 in 3 black men alive today are felons.
So again, all I'm saying is this: don't let these people play in your face. Don't allow these people that were elected to represent you ignore your needs. Don't allow the system where you got what's that man named, the school board superintendent, Jeff Powell, who homeschools his kids. Don't allow that particular school system to railroad your children or shortchange your children, because that's what the system was designed to do. But it's just to you, and it's just to your children. That's racism. It's an oppressive system, and it works together. It cooperates. It corroborates. They come up with these stiff-ass, stupid-ass talking points to stick to. You got people chasing crime so you can see the crime. That's their niche. Every now and then they dip off into politics, but their niche is literally reporting on crime and bombarding you with crime. No solutions. That's their level of participation, to exploit. And they look like you. They look like me. Kind of, sort of. I look way better than several of them, but, you know, I still have hair. It's just a matter of, man, once you see the system for what it actually is built and designed to do, you'll start being able to kind of spot these things, these inconsistencies. You'll be able to see how it's systematically set up, how racism is the theme of the South. You know, I've been watching this I Love Being White group. I don't know if you guys paid attention to those headlines from a couple of weeks ago, but a number of black people, large number of black people in the thousands, took over a group called I Love Being White. It's a Facebook group where we're not talking about white pride. No, we're talking about they love being white because it allows them to talk shit to black people. You know, I'll show you. And the way they group us up, they do it by, they try to force us into political molds, right? So if you're black, you're automatically a liberal Democrat, right? Automatically. But that's not always true, right? Hold on. Let me see how much of this we got. All right. So when you come across the personality type and the heart type of people that ain't going, you get people like this. And I'm a big, big fan. I'm a big fan. And I wish he was still here.
I got voted in. Who you talking to? You gonna let me? I got seconds left.
I want you to know.
Ain't she crazy? How many seconds? Why you? I'm counting your time. Miss Galloway, I'm gonna rule you out order. You keep talking so much.
Do I have the floor? Do I?
Yes,
Do
you
I?
do.
You have the floor.
Thank you very much.
What a fool.
We have got to help the city of Flint. We have got to move the city forward. We have got to vote yes on this. Thank you.
Miss Herkenroder, you the reason that I'm gonna vote the way I'm gonna vote, because you tried to put words in my mouth like I said you was a racist. You got to stop doing that. You got to stop doing that.
Ms. Fields, please be very careful in that area. Please.
All
Be
I
very
said,
careful.
there was mediation and
You
there were
told
people in rooms.
details of
That's
who
not
in what
confidential.
room and how many.
But I am
and what.
going to finish saying this.
Well, go ahead.
That's fine. Do you?
It shouldn't be fine. We got folks sitting in business,
I'm
and
the chairperson.
I wouldn't care if you was the chair, the sofa, the TV. You gonna follow these rules. Because you're not gonna direct this meeting. You're not gonna monopolize everybody. You're out of order. Now say another word. You put your finger up here. You out of here. You out of here. Go. You won't give me or nobody else the finger sitting at this table. You're out of here.
I'm gonna let you talk.
Who you talking to? You go.
When you find people that ain't going, oh wow, okay. When you come across people that ain't going, right? That's not falling for the okie doke. That's not gonna sit up there and allow racism to take place in their presence. When you got people that aren't going to stand for it, and those people have been duly elected, you got to stand with them. They standing up in spaces where most of us would cower or wouldn't even know what to do in that space. So I respect Black candidates that run, some of them. The rest of them I don't, and they know who they are. And if it ever comes down to me having to say names, it's gonna be some shit. So y'all should know who they are too. But I'm gonna turn it over. Why is KT, if you're available, to kind of give us some updates on some things that they might have missed in the news, and how they can get in contact with YSKT if they want to.
Hey, so I was hoping you were able to go to the page because I'm not on my computer, because I'm trying to be nice to you. You understand? Like, you gotta prep me and let me
Yeah,
know ahead of
yeah.
time.
Yeah. Well, listen, you're either gonna be ready or you're not. Are you ready?
I ain't no celebrity.
Oh, that's true. You're not
Thank you.
famous.
I don't have no check mark. I ain't none of that. You feel me? So
Since she ain't got no
with that, I was just doing a lot of research. I just had to go back and go back in those minutes. I took a small little, break. So I had to go back to some meetings I hadn't been to or hadn't looked at. It wasn't too much going on, but it was some things I noticed, a lot of things with people being appointed to the Alexandria Zoning Commission. I didn't hear anything about that on any other page.
Which
One
post is
second.
that? I got it up on the screen.
You see, dogs be acting up when you're on the phone.
Yeah, Mama got the same problem.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Are you there? Hello? Okay, she got to come back out and come back in. I saw the pickleball post. I chuckled. I ain't gonna lie. They cut up on that pickleball post. Let me see if I can find it.
All right, I'm back. But I had to go back and do a lot of research, some things that I missed. So I can explain better if you just scroll all the way to probably wait, you're going too far. You're going too far. So go all the way back up to the post of that sign, the picture of that sign of the place the new residential place that's gonna be built on Versailles. That's where I started back, hitting them with that fire, hitting them with that
Okay.
boomerang.
Let me see.
So yeah, you're gonna scroll. Yep. Scroll. Oh,
I just
back
seen
at the
it.
top.
There's the pickleball one. I want to come back to that. I just seen it. There you go.
Wait. Okay, there you go. So that's where, I threw my little yeah. So this is where it's a lot more places people probably don't know, because like I said before, a lot of people hadn't even been on this side of town. So they don't know what's going on over here. But when you see, how you think other people feel when they see nice things like this being built, and that's not on their side of town again, and again and again and again. It could be a corner store. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. Like, how do y'all think other people feel? They don't give a damn how you feel. They just built a residential community. Now they building another one, regardless if it's replacing another one or not. They're still building it. Okay. They could have been rebuilding the one that they were trying to replace. You see what I'm saying? But instead, y'all decided to, build it on Versailles. Like, let's be for real. Everything on Versailles looks the same. Has the same type of build. Has the same type of fake colors. Like, I'm not impressed.
It's the same aesthetic. They're trying to
Yeah,
build
the same aesthetic.
It's completely different from the rest of the city. They're working on building themselves away from the city.
Yeah, because when you come down 28, like when you're coming from, let's say you're coming from Leesville, you're coming from, that way, and you come on that end, they got Johnny Downs on your left, right? Like, oh wow. You keep going, look, you got nice gas stations, uh you got Walmarts and new dealerships, Whataburgers, and it's nice, right? Because you're coming in from that end. You're coming in from 28 West, which is where they're building at. And all you got to do is turn on Versailles and, oh, wow, and spend the rest of your day there. You don't have to go anywhere else. Why go all the way to the mall? You see what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, we'll go to the mall for what? And I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to build out. That's what Reignite is all about. They're trying to build out that landing strip that takes you to Versailles, that takes you down 28.
That's exactly what I was saying. Going to 7. I was just saying it from, 28. What is it going to be? East.
Right? Because to avoid you turning left or going straight across 28 West, which will bring you to the black neighborhoods, they are encouraging you to turn right. And when you turn right,
exactly,
you're going to get your the hotel motels, which we heard that they're not reporting a lot of those crimes, which the raid unit also operates out of one of those hotels right there. Y'all may not know it. You might believe me. You might not believe me. But there's only one place that I know in Alexandria where people are ODing in the hotel rooms, and it's not an epidemic. It's not a problem. It's just another body.
You talking about that place where you
I'm talking about
rent
that
a week
place. Everybody knows it.
Oh, well, I'm just saying it, just in case. I mean, I'm not scared to say it.
Oh, well.
I just don't remember the name of it.
But
yeah, it's very strange driving that way, because, man, once you start seeing people sit on the damn Look, the little green thing that be outside just chilling and taking a smoke break, that's a place you don't want to be.
Yeah. And the truth of the
That
matter
used to
is,
be, hold up.
she likes listening to herself.
That used to be the Days Inn, and me and your auntie used to work at that hotel back in the day. That's when it was a clean hotel, but it has changed a lot.
And so, you know, they're trying to build out that corridor.
Oh, excuse me, hold up. Let me clarify working, because I don't I don't. We worked the front desk, okay? I just want to let y'all know. We were working the front desk. We weren't
Golly,
working
you
it.
too good to be a housekeeper?
I wasn't built to do a housekeeping work. I've always been
Yes or no?
administrative.
Yes or no, man?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I just want to know.
That's no rub on housekeeping. I just hope that y'all are doing it.
You can't speak for her.
No, I mean, no, I'm saying in
Well,
general.
Miss Finley, it is no rub on housekeeping, because I had
Yeah.
sisters that had to do housekeeping. So, and my mom did
If they
housekeeping.
watching the show, they better know how to take a joke by
Oh,
now.
they do. They do. They know. They know. That was a good one. I have to give it to you.
Thank you.
And so, you know, the whole conversation that we're having right now, for those of y'all just tuning in, we're talking about the matters of the city, right? Because now we always talk about matters of the city, but now that we know that we have candidates that have skin in the game, we got Brother Greg, we got Brother Malcolm, you know, we got people that are able to hear us, right? They can hear us now. Like we got people that can listen, and now that they can put our thoughts and what the community wants, they can put that on the big stage. And we don't no longer have to be relegated to just discussing it on the show and being upset about it for weeks on end. We can it almost feels like we can get our grievances heard. A, because I know that they listening, but B, I know that if Malcolm is listening, he's trying to hear what we're saying to hear us. If
So
Jock
Tim,
is
sorry.
what?
Finish. Jock,
If,
what?
if Jock is listening, Jock is trying to figure out what ball he's gonna have to dodge next. That's pretty
I was
much the
gonna say.
flow of the show.
I was gonna say, if you zoomed in on that picture, it reads, because I took a good picture. I was driving, by the way, y'all. But anyway, if you zoom in, it tells you exactly what it's gonna be. I can't read it because I don't have my glasses on. And
It says a skilled nursing facility providing full service for long-term care and rehabilitation services, managed by Pathway Management of Louisiana. For more information,
LLC.
And they start taking applications this fall.
And look who building it. They got Radcliffe.
Radcliffe, yeah.
Okay. At least it ain't the same.
Pan American. Pan American, they busy getting the other money. They got,
what?
Them boys bankrolled.
I'm surprised they not worldwide. I'm knowing they got an international account. I ain't stupid.
They out of Gasway Bankster Architects. Those are the architects. But you know, when we get buildings like this, it's subsidized housing, Section 8 type stuff, right? And that's not a problem. But they never bring us into what Malcolm always talks about is home ownership. They never this current administration and that Sharon Branham never tells you guys that are on Section 8 that are using these public resources. They're never telling you about the pathway to home ownership. right? And I'm not even saying that ironically because the word pathway is on the screen. I'm literally saying that is the whole setup for Section 8 is supposed to be for a pathway to home ownership. But as you go through city after city after city, back to what Ms. McCall was talking about, is projects. And that's what that was. The rat thing, with the mice and that was a project. That was something they were trying to see. When you were in elementary school and you did your science fair project, that was just a representation of something that you thought of, something, a point that you already know is true, and you're exemplifying it. They already knew what the outcome would be, so they decided to put a project. That's why they call it the project. It's a project.
All right. Let me know when you're ready. Look.
Go ahead.
No, I'm done with this one. If you don't have any questions, I don't.
Okay. No more questions.
It's more being built on that side. I just have to take the time to walk. You know, you're going the wrong way. I just got to take the time to walk.
Hold up. There we go.
Yeah, you're going the wrong way.
What you mean walk? You better not be caught walking over.
I'm going to do that just because. Yeah, go. Okay, yeah. You're scrolling so fast, dude. What in the
No,
world?
it's because the computer is clipping out.
Okay.
Did you say your computer is chimping out?
Flipping out.
Yeah, I said it was clipping out. I don't like that word. We hear that enough from these white folks.
You got to tell me. I don't really understand where you at, so if you would have started why I asked you.
What's the Louisiana Compliance Questionnaire?
Huh?
Is it the compliance questionnaire?
Yeah, but I wanted you to go where you were. That way I can know where you at. Because I don't know where you at right now.
I'm
You know that first post? Keep going
I'm
down.
9 hours out. Yeah, I'm 9 hours out.
Please go down. On scroll, please. Like where you originally were. Like you scrolling way too fast.
I'm not scrolling fast at all.
Yeah, but it's okay. Stop. Okay, now keep. All right. So yeah, go back up because it's lagging on my end.
Oh.
Okay, boom. We're done with that. Yeah, it's lagging. Okay. The data center protest. See, you scrolling too fast.
Oh,
I can't
okay.
explain.
Hold on.
Yeah, the data center protest is this weekend. I plan on attending just to see, what that's about. I've only been to like a Black Lives Matter type,
Right.
protest. So I want to see what this is going to be about, what the turnout may be. So I plan on getting up to go ahead and do that. So information is on YSKT, y'all. You see the. Yep.
All right. So if you guys haven't started following YSKT, that's where I get most of my news, most of the detailed news, as far as breakdowns and how things. Well, as far as breakdowns goes, and major announcements like this, the educational trip to learn
this is
history.
not educational. Yeah, it looks like they paid the what is that?
It's already, I think,
the Spangler bus thing. Yeah,
the Spangler bus tour.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, the Spangler bus tours. They said what's the due date on that? It's $65 a person. Plus hotel. And I think it says it's due by 11/1. Y'all get with Brother Nat or y'all get with Miss Donagell and y'all can get the details on that. Okay, I was scrolling with my mouse.
Wait. Go back down. Like scroll down, please. Scroll down. This one, what does that say?
Have you heard of this company before?
Oh, Pan American.
Yeah. Okay, so boom.
Oh.
So Pan American Engineering. Okay. Oh, go ahead.
No, I can't even see it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay. So it says, have you
You know
heard?
more about it than I do. I just did my little research and,
Pan American Engineers, LLC, is right here in Central Louisiana on Jackson Street. It's the sole engineer firm for the city of Alexandria government and also more organizations. And they receive 85 to 90% of the contracts for the city of Alexandria. Pan American Engineers is a privately
but
held
read what I
company.
said in quotations now. That's my estimate. I didn't say that was correct.
Oh, okay. All right.
Thank you.
Pan American Engineering is a privately held company that operates in the commercial and industrial engineering industry. Pan American Engineering was founded in 1927. It is also headquartered in Alexandria. Here's some of the projects that they worked on. Johnny Downs, replacement of the OK Island Bridge, the Compton Park and the Compton Park Drainage Basin, the I-49 regional section, the Horseshoe Drive Overlay Project, the refueling station at AEX Airport. And she says that this doesn't even hit the nail on the head. Pay attention to the minutes from the city of Alexandria, Rapides Parish School Board, and the Rapides Parish Police Jury, and you'll begin to notice why this engineering firm is worth between $10 to $50 million. And that's a big gap, but I know it's way worth more than that. They just shitted out $10 million at the last city council meeting. They're about to get a contract for $7 million, if I'm not mistaken. They're upwards of $500 million. They gotta be by now. So there's a motion to award project number 3555, the Munson Road widening, to the lowest bidder. Is this? Oh, yep. Recommended by Pan American Engineering. They also have a lot of political pull because they can tell you what engineers to go to if they don't recommend their own, and you best believe they get a cut of everything coming and going. Pan American is probably the biggest racket going in Alexandria, period, because they control the infrastructure. They control it. It's their engineers, it's their architects, it's them. It's them doing the building, it's their construction. They're the ones that get the big contract and they subcontract to other people. So it's other companies you'll never hear about that Pan American just has their name on the check, but that money gets divvied up, however much they want. And Pan American gets a cut, literally just for saying your name. Just for recommending you, they get a cut. And they do. The cost of doing business. Even still, even if they didn't get a cut, it's definitely a favor for a favor. Certainly that, at the very least. So, Pan American Engineering, when you hear city officials speak highly of Thomas David, it's not because, any other reason than making sure that they stay in his good graces and they display that they are in alliance. A lot of this stuff that they're doing is to show you that they're allied or they're aligned with each other. They all have the same end goal, which is to get the money off the taxpayers. What's this one? Did anyone catch the newly appointed member of the Zoning Commission? Louis Love. Louis O. Love Jr. is a lawyer. He received his BS degree from LSU in 1980, and he's been licensed for 35 years. He practices at Bussey and Love, LLC in Alexandria. Is anyone else wondering how the city of Alexandria has so many lawyers in so many positions? That's true. Well, you know why. Did you want to go through the compliance questionnaire?
It's not a lot, trust me. I feel like that's why people being lazy. Trust me, they missing out. Read what I said, please. I can't see it.
It says that our current population. Wait, this is due yearly and is required by the Louisiana Legislative Auditor. How much of this information do you think is accurate? Just look. It says that our current population is estimated at 46,005. I wonder if this includes the homeless population and deceased victims from shootings. In no way do I believe that all these statements should have been marked as yes. Open meetings law. The city of Alexandria said that they have complied with all provisions. And, well, there's the census information. 46,005, which is the letting you know that the population is decreasing.
Yeah, significantly.
It is true that no employees or a code of ethics laws for public officials and public employees. It is true that no employees or officials have accepted anything of value, whether in the form of service, loan, or a promise from anyone that would constitute a violation. And RS 42-1101-1124. It is true that no member, they checked yes, by the way. It is true that no member of the immediate family or any members of the governing authority or the chief executive or the governmental entity has been employed by the governmental entity after April 1st, 1980, under circumstances that would constitute a violation of RS 42-1119. They also checked yes, but I don't know about that. Accounting, audit, and financial reporting. Number 12 is we have maintained our accounting records in such a manner as to provide evidence of legal compliance and the preparation of annual financial statements to comply with RS 24, 513, and 515 and or 33, 463. They checked yes. All non-exempt governmental records are available as public record and have been retained for at least 3 years as required by RS 44-1, 44-7, 44-31, and 44-36. They said yes. I'm not sure about that. We have filed our annual financial statements in accordance with RS 24-514 and 33-463 where applicable. Yes, we have had our financial statements audited in a timely manner in accordance with RS 24-513. They said yes. We did not enter into any contracts that utilize state funds as defined in RS 3972.1A and 2, and that were subject to the public bid law, and that's RS 382211 and the sequential numbers. While the agency was not in compliance with RS 24-513, the audit law. They said yes. We have complied with RS 24-513A regarding disclosure and compensation, reimbursement benefits, or and other payments to agency heads, political subdivision heads, or chief executive officers. They said yes. We have remitted all fees, fines, and court costs collected on behalf of other entities in compliance with applicable Louisiana revised statute or other laws. And they said yes to that as well. We have complied with provisions of the open meetings law provided by RS 4211 through 4228. They said yes. Okay, and that was it. Yeah, I don't know. It's a couple of these that shouldn't have been. I don't know.
My point exactly. Okay, wait.
I didn't go.
Hold on.
Did someone say term limits? So just to put everybody up on game, right? When you hear advocates for,
You didn't read the whole caption though. Sorry.
I will. When you hear about people advocating for different people to step up, younger people to step up, or people with fresher ideas to step up, it's simply because of people like Jim Villard and Chuck Fowler, right? And Jock Roy too. These people, Jim Villard, I believe Jim Villard has been on the city council for almost 30 years. I believe Chuck Fowler has been on there about the same amount of time. And they've always had Jock Roy or Randolph in their pocket, or they, So again, when you say Jim Villard has been there 30 years and he hasn't had a complaint, and he's the at large, right? He hasn't raised one fucking concern about your part of town. He hasn't raised one concern. There was a point where he didn't even know, and Jack of Urban Cast, they brought him down to the village during a flood, and he didn't even know that they were a part of the city. But of course, it would take Jack to bring Jim Villard to the black neighborhoods for a photo op, because that was during an election season too. He brought him down there for a photo op during a flood on top of everything else. I'm shaking my head. But as so it goes, right? His term expires in October of this year, because in November of this year, Alexandria has an opportunity to put a fresh voice on that dais and actually have somebody that will be in alliance with the other councilmen, just like those councilmen were in alliance against black folks. I'm not saying that this is going to be an alliance against white folks, but I will say this will be an alliance for black folks, because we've been largely ignored. And I'm not being hyperbolic when I say that. I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what the numbers are. 30 years on the city council, and you've done nothing but what? For who? You voted against the you voted with the gerrymandering. He never spoke up. He wasn't that fifth vote that we needed to override vetoes when Jeff Hall and Jock Roy was attacking the black councilmen and the black community at large. Jim Villard wasn't up there advocating on behalf of black folks. So if you black folks get out there and you vote for a fucking Jim Villard, then I don't know what else to tell you. Especially when you have people like Greg Scott that's already been doing the work and been studying the work and been going over the numbers and is versed in this right now. So the caption reads, "Here is when everyone at the COA is up for election. Qualifications are in August and elections are in November." Jules just got back on the council. I think this was like Jules' third time being elected. Malcolm just got on, and technically I believe this is Malcolm's second time being elected. Yeah, I think this might be his second time being elected. You know? And you would think that it was longer than that, but you know, the first time he ran, he didn't have to run because he was taking over for someone else who had left the seat and moved on to another position, which could easily be his path, because his brother, Mr. Ed Larverdane, our state District 26 representative, when he moved up to the state rep position, right, then, you know, Malcolm was the replacement. And then, you know, Malcolm hopefully will move on to the mayor's position, and we can find somebody just as good as Malcolm is to fill that seat. It won't be Reddick's. It'll never be Reddick's. Reddick's, you can get that out your mind. It'll never be you. Yeah, I just want to make that plain. Reddick's, it'll never be you. You as long as the people that I know are saying no, it'll always be no, sir. Respectfully. But you know, it comes a time where you gotta change it. And when you can't change it, you gotta do a complete overhaul. If your engine is knocking, you gotta, you know, and you don't know what's going on, And come to find out, your damn engine, the piston in your engine been hollowing out the hole, and it's been scraping this metal flakes in your engine. You gotta take the whole entire engine apart, damn near trash it, and start all the way back over. You know, that's a car. That's for my car enthusiasts. But if a rug is so stained that it's beyond repair, you got to cut the rug out and you got to lay down a linoleum, or you got to lay down a new carpet. And that's for my carpenter people. You know, I don't know how to put it in women's terms. Give me something women run out of and they need to do it again or start over. Something practical.
A man.
All right. So what?
Oh, I knew she was gonna say that.
All right. So women, if you're dating a man that ain't doing shit, you know, do your due diligence, do your background work, do the self-healing part, and get you somebody that's more fit for the script. You know, run your strict program. Maybe you'll run into somebody with a strict program as well, and y'all can be strict on each other. I don't know. But either way it goes, it's all about
Kevin Samuels.
It's all up. No, I'm not Kevin Samuels. I'll never be that. Yeah, Kevin Samuels needs to stay right where he at. But yeah, it's all about renewing. It's all about starting over again. And if you guys don't realize that you're in a situation where this needs to happen, I got to tell you, you're in a situation where this needs to happen. You need to reset. If you're going to redo anything, you need to reset. You don't need to restore anything. You don't need to reimagine anything. You don't need to do anything but reset. That's what you want to something, reset. That's what you can do. Reignite the hell out of here. Let me see if I can finally get to this pickleball court. What is this? There we go. Oops. Okay. Hold on.
You know, real quick, I want to say something about the Reignite situation. It's not enough people. You know, let me say this too. You know, we're protesting the data centers, right? But we're not protesting Reignite.
That's because the Reignite.
I am.
Yeah, the Reignite thing, right? Everybody's essentially, for the most part, I'll say it's about a 75-25 split on the people that approve these data centers, right? But this perception that Reignite has all this groundswell of support already, and this forced participation is almost like brainwashing to convince you that this is the best step. And I don't like feeling like the information you're providing me is trying to brainwash me. Like, allow me to make my own conclusion. But when they told y'all to show up to the mall and they already had the A, B, C, and D for you, that means that you didn't really have an input. You didn't have any input. They already had
zero. It was already there.
Yep.
You had no input. They had all these cotton balls so you can make choices. It's a difference between input and choices.
That was a performance.
Yeah.
I'm going through the comments. Hold on. Oh,
You know you
got
gotta
Jim
click
Butler?
you gotta click that view all or whatever.
Yeah.
They
You got
kinda
Jim
filter
Butler on your
everything now.
shit?
Who? I
Oh,
don't even know
hell
who
yeah.
that is.
We do.
What Kiki Palmer said? I don't even know who this
Huh?
man is.
Jim Butler. He's stupid. He's the one that writes, I think. Does he work with the city? No, I'm thinking
I
of
think
Jim
he's
Smiley.
Town Talk. I think he's Town
Yeah.
Talk.
I'm
Who
glad
does
I ain't
this?
took this.
I think.
Oh, so I'm assuming you said, how does this bring economy to the city? And he said, not every government project is driven by economic return. Some is about quality of life, whether it's pickleball, basketball, walking trails, jogging paths, etc. Now, mind you, he added basketball. When the fuck have they gave you a new basketball court?
Thank you.
I can tell you when they brought you new walking trails and jogging paths. I can tell you that because they just did it at Johnny Downs. But when the hell did they? Who?
Pickleball courts.
He threw basketball in there as.
I know. I'm not stupid.
Yeah. If Jock Roy would have asked the ratepayers if they preferred a different sport, we wouldn't be having a portion of this conversation. Pickleball, literally every black person I talked to, I had to ask them if they knew exactly what this was without Google. Such a shame not to ask before the money was spent. He said pickleball is a sport of the moment, and many who find tennis now beyond their limits are enjoying it. Indeed, many don't know the sport, including me, yet given time and exposure, may find it enjoyable. Similar with what occurred with tennis, for instance. Now, here's the problem that I'm having, right?
Oh, Lord.
This is the opportunity to find out if you like it after the decision has been made, after the money's been spent.
Like forget what we think. That was the whole thing. I'm really not about to go back and forth with you now. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't about, and that's
Because you done
the
made your
thing.
decision already.
It's
How
already
you
been made.
felt.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
So I can't encourage you in any way. You made your
yeah.
decision. So
They
we're
had
gonna
already
leave it
made
at
their
that.
decision on it.
Yeah, we're gonna leave it right there.
That's why you said at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. The money is spent, and it never mattered what we wanted anyway, and that's the real.
Yep.
Thank you.
If the pickleball courts would have been put in a better location, here we go with this shit. David Roberts says if the pickleball courts would have been put in a better, safer. Let me see. Take time. Damn.
It's going to be gentrified, so it'll be in a safe place.
Safer location. I know lots of people that would use them. No one cares about their kids' safety is going to allow them to play where it is. Drive out to Ward 10 on a summer night and see lots of kids playing pickleball with no fights and no shootings. YSKT says, good for them. You would have to take that up with Mayor Jock Roy. It was his decision. People that I know nothing about this, and we absolutely don't need it. And he says, I get it and would feel the same if I didn't know kids who love to play and hang out at the pickleball courts in Ward 10. Now, they didn't say nothing about hanging out.
I read every single word. Do you hear me? But I don't catch fish. Do you feel me?
Right.
I don't catch fish, so there's no need for bait.
Right. It's a shame that the Alexandria mayor decided to waste dollars on a pickleball court that nobody is ever going to use, not because it's pickleball, but because of a decision to put it in an awful location. Now, mind you, he's still trying to say that the only reason he's against it is because of where it's put at.
All right. Thank you.
The thing I hate is everyone who is an outsider to Alexandria thinks that all areas of Alexandria are bad. I'm born and raised here. Yes, things have definitely gone downhill, and we've had the same mayor into the revolving door for 16 years. Just because you may see some people you aren't used to seeing on that side of town doesn't mean you're in immediate danger. What you hear is different from how you live. That's just my thought. That's right. He says, I can agree to that. However, here we go. I will add that nothing that's built near City Park is going to be successful with the amount of homeless in that area. Several local schools use the City Park tennis courts as their home courts. Before each home match, the complex has to be cleaned up from what the homeless have left there. During the matches, they hang around the picnic tables so it doesn't give a great impression to visitors from schools outside of Alexandria. For the city to continue spending money in a park where the homeless get their lunches is not a good thing. My point about location and pickleball isn't that no one knows about it. In fact, it's just the opposite. People who do know about it aren't going to go there after dark, no matter what. You said, I guess it'll just be a waste of money, just like anything else here. Homeless people, well, there you go. We have the Central Louisiana Homeless Coalition, but they aren't allowed to jump in unless Jock tells them to. We do have District 5, where it's predominantly white and rather safe, but they've had a shooting and murders in that district as well. It's just too far for the homeless to walk to catch the bus to get to. I guess Alexandria is just simply at a loss. Oh, well, damn. Because don't forget that lady shot her baby daddy in the face in that Walmart parking lot.
It's different things that have happened in that district. You understand? And I think that part might just be outside. I'm not sure, like just a little bit, but still, you know what I'm saying?
Don't forget about the sex trafficker. That was a district.
Exactly.
But you guys, there's a lot of
Only-
crimes that happen out there that we don't know about, and it's not talked about, and it's not advertised and exploited. They have to put the light on the inner city to make us always look bad in the light of other people. But what's happening is that if you're trying to bring businesses here, you're bringing businesses, but you're trying to float them businesses out to Highway 28 West. You really don't want a lot of businesses inside, right? And it's not because about the crime and all that, because it's mighty funny that I can go into town, I can go to Alexandria, I can go to Pineville, and I've never been robbed. I've never been harassed. None of those things happened to me. So this whole perception or this projection everybody gives about how terrible Alexandria is. I'm not saying that there are portions of Alexandria that you shouldn't, hang out in. Where you're not supposed to go is always in the places where you're trying to do something at, okay? Some activities are going on. But most neighborhoods are not crime infested. You know what I'm saying? You know why you in that neighborhood, right? You know who's doing what in that neighborhood. That's why you in there. So if something happens, that's because you know the neighborhood you're in. You down there for something. It ain't necessarily always going to go visit grandma and grandpa or auntie or uncle. You in that neighborhood for something else. Now, my thing is, this whole picture painting that Alexandria is this worst place on earth is bullcrap. It's the neighborhoods you're in, the people that you're around. It's not all of Alexandria, and it's not all of the Black communities, because there are some nice, quiet Black communities where nothing is going on. And we seem to keep forgetting that.
Well, even still, right? Even in the areas where things may be going on, that doesn't make you automatically a part of it because you're over.
Yes. I get that. But this way we do it too. We're guilty of visualizing and putting it out there that Alexandria is this. We do the same thing. But I know there's people who've lived here for years and never had a problem out of nobody. And then there's people who lived here for 2 or 3 years and they've been having nothing but hell. It's all about where you live at. And if that community or that neighborhood does not want to get cleaned up, it's not going to get cleaned up. It doesn't want to get cleaned up. It's comfortable with all the drama.
I'm going to push back on that, right?
Okay, go ahead.
So the main issue goes back to what I was saying, right? About with the first guy that got up there on that Ted Koppel piece, when he said that they're literally putting the drugs in our community, that we have law enforcement with unlimited resources using our people against each other to further the drug trade in the name of justice and law and catching people, right? When there's outside, I believe that if a lot of our communities were not being targeted by law enforcement, I believe we'd be a lot better off.
Yep.
When you target communities, you automatically give the inclination that those places are bad areas. And it's all about optics. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's just optics. I've lived in the craziest places in Alexandria. In damn near every district. Never got in no trouble. Never. I had one person steal something from me and I got it back. And that's in places that shit don't even happen. That's unheard of. Right? But at the end of the day, it's all optics. I didn't believe that there were bad people. That I didn't believe that the environment was bad. I knew that there were bad actors in that environment making that environment bad. And we can't isolate that to the people in that community. You have to take into account that there are actors from outside the community where most of your police force don't even live in Alexandria, where most of your sheriff's department don't even live in Alexandria, but they patrol Alexandria. Perfect example, Mr. Kittling. Perfect example. When the Rapides Parish Sheriff's Office murdered Mr. Kittling, that particular deputy wasn't even supposed to be patrolling that side of town. He wasn't even supposed to be patrolling. When I got arrested by the sheriff's department 3 blocks away from City Hall, that was never supposed to happen. That's not their jurisdiction.
But if they have an intergovernmental agreement with the city of Alexandria.
It could be an intergovernmental agreement, but it doesn't mean that they do the APD's job.
No, honey, an intergovernmental agreement
You can't
consists
talk to me
of.
about intergovernmental agreements. I understand the nuances of intergovernmental agreements. I got arrested 2 blocks away from the police station, the Alexandria police station. Listen, the sheriff's department's job is to patrol Rapides Parish, not downtown. Not downtown. If that were the case, then you would see the sheriff's department patrolling Main Street in Pineville. But what I'm speaking to is the intergovernmental agreements do come into play when things are dangerous, when it's necessary. It's not an all the time thing. It's when it's necessary. They don't do the APD's job of traffic stops. That's crazy. Why would you use?
But honey, you're saying that from your perspective. We do not know what their intergovernmental agreement entails. You don't know that, and I don't know that.
I can tell you. What was the reason for the intergovernmental agreement?
Tavares, I have no idea.
The reason for the intergovernmental agreement is because the Alexandria Police Department was shorthanded. That's the reason they have the intergovernmental agreement.
Okay, so you're saying they couldn't have done that?
Couldn't have done what? No, they over-police our neighborhoods. They target people. It's a hit squad.
I get it. I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying to you, you're coming up with something you're taking from your perspective.
That cop wasn't even supposed to be on patrol. That's a fact. He wasn't even supposed to be over there on that side of town. That wasn't even his area to patrol.
So my question is, do you know if the family end up, suing or anything?
I have no idea what happened with that. Only thing I know is the facts. And the fact is, the Rapides Parish Sheriff's officer that was over there wasn't supposed to be over there conducting traffic stops.
I'm gonna be real. I don't think I've ever seen a sheriff pull over
A traffic stop.
Yeah.
The Rapides Parish Sheriff's Office is out here writing traffic tickets down 3rd. They're out here pulling over
But
people.
again, I think what Miss C is saying, it could be some type of contract or something, third party, anything, because APD being short and we do need the help. So you never know. But again,
You need to
a
help
traffic
pulling over
stop is
somebody.
weird.
Listen.
I'm not about to do all that.
Listen. They pulled over Derek Killen over a tent.
What I'm saying is, why the sheriff pulling anybody over? That's what I'm saying. I've never seen a sheriff. Me personally, I've never seen the sheriff's office pull anybody over.
And you know, Mark Woods admitted he had a phone call
What that mean? He got a phone
while he
call
was sitting in church.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think he was in church or somewhere. He was in some type of work, something he was sitting in when he got the phone call because he admitted it. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Hey, Brother Nat.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey.
All right.
Hey.
You know, sometimes they can pull you over. You got to watch the streets that you're on when you get pulled over. Because sometimes the streets change names.
Yeah, you're right.
And like you see, Download Third, after you pass a certain spot, Download Third, it's called Highway 1. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of tricky with the police thing. But the only time they really together all the time is when they doing the raid or, like Tavares said, the shortage of police. Other than that, they really don't ride around in the city limits because they got so much to patrol in the city, in Rapides Parish.
Exactly.
You got from Boise all the way down to LeCount.
Yeah.
And you got way out here too.
Way out here, you got Woodworth and stuff like that. So it's a whole lot you got to cover. You know, so Cheneyville, it's all kind of stuff you got to cover. But those police, like the police that took the bars to jail, that police didn't supposed to come inside the Alexandria city limits to do that.
Nope.
He really didn't. The city should have took the bars to jail if he went to jail. They should have did that. They are not. They were, but they're gonna say, "Oh, well, he had parish warrants." You let the city do that, then you let the
man. They must have put a bolo. They must have put a bolo out on him.
As soon as they knew I was at that city council meeting, Shakola called them people. Shakola and goddamn.
No, I don't think it was Shakola. I don't think it was Shakola.
No, Tavares, don't do that.
Called them people.
Don't
Steve
do
called
that.
them people.
He was Steven Sharp.
Steve called them people.
Well, he was with Shakola, so that's all. That's all I care about.
No, he was outside. Remember? He's the one sitting in the car.
He was sitting in the truck. Yeah, he's sitting in the truck.
But they left him.
Okay, yeah, he was sitting in the car, and he the one calling people. Today he do all the time. You see, but yeah, the police. Yeah, that was done on purpose right there. That was done on purpose. And this pickleball court is not for the city. I mean, it's not for the ratepayers. This pickleball court is just like Cheatham Park baseball field for Peabody. It's going to be, the pickleball court is going to be for Alexandria Miller Magnet. No, not Alexandria Miller Magnet, Boating Academy. Because remember, the city owns the Cheatham Park baseball field, and who can play there? Peabody. So when they make pickleball an official sport at Bowdoin Academy, that's going to be Bowdoin Academy's pickleball court.
You're gonna have to go through. Yeah, you're gonna have to go through them to play on it. Watch.
Yeah. Yep. And
Yeah.
that's not
So-
what.
So the question is, so why won't the school board buy Cheatham Park from the city so that the city, Peabody can have it?
Why do we have to buy? We got too many problems going on at Ash. We don't need to worry about that or something.
Oh Lord. Okay. We know what's priority.
I got to discuss this emergency at Ash. So
Yeah, it's conveniently have some issues in it. And again, Cynthia Perry has to wait till 2030. Just wait till 2030.
That's Cynthia Perry problem. She showed you that she don't care about the. Like I said, she got them little white folks sucking on her titty, so everything's okay. Excuse my language, but that's what I mean. And they're gonna suck some more milk until 2030, and now hopefully Malcolm get in there and tell her she ain't got to be no bed wench no more. But yeah, I'm sorry.
You're terrible.
Bars got me talking like that. Terrible.
Don't you put that on me. Don't you put that on me, Bobby.
And another thing, y'all, and I'm gonna be quiet after this. You can damn near draw a line from the Versailles. You start at right where the Coliseum is, where Versailles starts at, and you could draw a line straight through the city, and it'll show you where all the money's going. And it's going to Versailles, everything west. When I say a line, I'm talking about take the Versailles Street and go straight down. It runs all the way to Jackson Street and all the way over there to Home Depot. All right. Well, all the money, you got Brame. Brame is on the other side, but all the money is going to, like I said, Ash is getting money. That's on the right-hand side of, that's on the west-hand side of Versailles. That's where all the money going to. From the west-hand side up on the west side of Versailles is all the money from the school board down to all the people that's building. If you draw this straight line, Tavares, you'll see it. But the pickleball court, that's just
my concern is what separates 28 West is MacArthur. And what does that separate from? 28 West, if you draw a straight line where you talking about crossing over to where
District
the
1.
old Roses used to be, where are you at?
District 1.
You in Monroe Street.
District 1.
No, yeah. Yeah, because
that what
28 is Monroe Street.
28 West is Monroe Street.
Yeah, yeah. You're right. But you gotta get on the good side though. You gotta get on the good side.
Everything, like I said, that MacArthur corridor, that's them cornering themselves off from the rest of this. Y'all don't get it, man. I'm tired of talking about that. They're cornering themselves from everybody else.
Exactly, Tavares. Yeah. Yeah. And they're gonna abandon over their way. Because think about it. After you cross MacArthur, Tavares, you really don't have no businesses of substance. Tell me what you got. You got hold on, I call them, and they go they at every gas station. Allah Akbar them, and that's all you got. And then you got the people do the hair stuff.
You want to know something? You want to know something, Kurt? On one side of MacArthur, on the Monroe side of MacArthur, all them Arabs own them gas stations. On the other side of MacArthur, where your Circle K is, that ain't owned by no Arabs.
It only got 1, 2. They might have. You got one. Tavares, you only got really one when you think about it, Tavares. And that's down there by Anime Matthews.
Now, you know, them hotels, or like the Oyo, Arabs.
Yeah.
Now the other hotels are the Patel. So on one side of MacArthur, you got McDonald's, you got Sonics. Those ain't going nowhere, right? But how many times has Roses been changed into something else? It's not even Roses no more.
I remember when it was Big Lots.
No. Oh, girl, I remember when it was TG&Y. No, A&P. That's what they used to call it back in the day. A&P.
A&P used to be that.
Yeah. But see, that side of town, what they're doing is they don't have no real economy base after you cross over to MacArthur, Tavares. They don't really know what they call tax-based stuff. They really don't have that much because they don't sell. Let's be honest, Tavares. They don't sell what they sell on one side that they sell on the other side. Because I'm not being funny, y'all. After you cross MacArthur store, MacArthur, we don't have no weave over there.
Now I
We
tell you
ain't
what
got no
else.
long hair.
Now you know Super One is in District 5. You know that Walmart is in
How
District
is
5.
Super One in District 5? You talking about with the new map?
No, with the old map.
How? That's the
All that stuff that we took, the hotels, the Motel 6, all those, everything on that side is either District 4 or District 5. On that side of MacArthur. And it's
Okay.
literally across the street from the other side
No,
of MacArthur.
I can see if you coming from a different direction. Yes, it may be half and half. You know what I'm saying? Because of the
No.
direction
This
it's
is all
going.
District 5. See everything on that corner. So when you come off of 28 West and you make that right-hand turn and you see the Super One and you see all that right there, that's all District 5. That ain't no other district.
Yeah, but we don't. Yeah, we don't sell no hair extension on this side. That'd be cross this side of MacArthur though. Yeah, you don't come over here looking for no weave and no press on nails or nothing like
I mean,
that.
they really don't have like a Dollar General or a hair store, like no Family Dollar, like no Dollar Tree. None of the black
They got them right
stores.
there. Yeah, they got it. They got a Dollar Tree right there by Super One. They don't have no Family Dollar on Jackson Street.
We ain't got none. I'm just saying.
We got one way. Yeah. So
you know they shut the one down
people
on
don't see
Third.
that.
You got nothing on Third. No,
Yeah.
you got that Dollar General. Is Dollar General still open over there?
Yeah. Yeah. But the bars, that's something how people don't. I just noticed that now. You don't have no hair stores after you cross MacArthur.
Nope.
Ain't that
You ain't
something,
got none
Tamara?
over here on Jackson Street either. Ain't no hair stores.
That's what I'm saying. But you got to cross MacArthur though.
Yep.
So when you cross MacArthur, they don't cater to blacks.
They're gonna cut your line if you keep saying
You
that.
They don't cater to blacks.
And the only blacks that
I'm
they
just
do cater
finding
to,
that out.
the only blacks that they do cater to are the ones that's getting these cheap rooms. And let me stop. So at the
I'm
end of
just
the
figuring
day,
it out, Lord.
y'all gotta
Hey,
listen.
Ned, that's when all the churches start popping up too.
Well, we ain't got them in churches on this side. Well, wait a minute. We don't need God over here. We got money.
Man,
That's
when the churches start popping up on the north side. I'm telling you.
They got now right around the corner from all what we talking about is the Pentecostals.
Exactly.
Okay.
They just hadn't reached gentrifying the whole neighborhood yet. You know, because I know they still trying to. I'm knowing they want to get rid of that bar that's been there longer than I've been alive.
No, baby, no, don't shut up. Shh. That all that is connect. Them people are there, and they're cohabitating quite nicely. You would almost think that they're on the same team as some would say.
How you gonna preach about alcoholics and trying to save people, and then you in business with the bar down the street?
Jesus turned water into wine. Next.
Yeah. And Jesus
Wine,
wrote
not alcohol, not
Allegedly.
Hennessy, not cognac, not vodka, Everclear.
If you listen, and we in some uncharted territories here on this show because we don't never speak about this. If you think that that's what goes on over there, then that's exactly what they want you to think. But that is not
There
what
you
happened.
go. Yeah, but the bars, people don't know this. On one side of MacArthur, you got 100 churches. You can count on almost. You can count with two hands, and you still ain't gonna get about 10 churches on the other side of MacArthur. Ain't that something?
Well, you don't need God. We got money.
Ain't that something? And you cross one side of MacArthur, the only time you got banks is when you get downtown. Other than that, you got one credit union on Broadway. Man, I'm just noticing that, Tavares. I really didn't pay attention to it until tonight.
It's a map. It's a map it's a reason why they went ahead and jammed in their gerrymandering. And that's why I'm still holding Jim Bullard responsible for not being the dissenting vote. Jim Bullard should have got up there and said, hey, this is wrong. We're gerrymandering these people. And he could have been the fifth vote. But he wasn't. He wasn't. You know why? Because he doesn't care. It's not about nothing having to do with your community at all. He does not care, literally, in the most literal sense. So you can go up there.
Tavares, you got to take Jim Bullard age in consideration. When he was born and when he's coming up, you had white fascists and black fascists. Do you think he forgot about that?
Now that you say that, and Shamir and Mom, y'all can back me up on this. These people got a problem. This motherfucker's on this damn post talking about the homeless are making the area look bad, but didn't nobody say shit when I brought out the fact that goddamn Confederate monument sitting in front of our courthouse makes the whole entire city look bad.
No, why would they?
Exactly. It's their heritage. That's their history.
Their history. Dixie Lee is their history.
We should keep all. I'm gonna be real. We need to keep. For our future kids and grandkids and stuff, we don't need to erase no history. Period. Not black history, not racist history. They need to learn it because they already taking it out to schools. And y'all knowing that parents aren't teaching their kids black history. Like I'm tired of teaching these kids about Martin Luther King. You feel me? Like he wasn't no real hero. If we gonna be real, about it. Let's teach them about. That's my opinion. I'm just saying. I know you just went to your trip, and I know you still on cloud 9, sir. But that's just my opinion.
No,
I'm just saying that was just an example.
No.
Like there's more people than MLK. That's all.
That's why I take these kids on these trips because the only thing they know is from slavery to Martin Luther King. They don't know that about Marcus Garvey. They don't know nothing about nobody else.
They're not supposed to.
That's why they go on that trip. There you go. So I take them to places where they can learn what's not in the books. Martin Luther King was not the only so-called hero, they say. You got Medgar Evers, Harriet Tubman, I can't say the lady, Lawrence B. Tucker, whatever that lady name is.
And then how the schools give you a project when you're in high school, middle school, elementary, but the teachers always give you, the selection of people. We're in a different era now, where you could do your research and you could find a different person that hasn't been talked about for years and years and years. Like we've evolved. We have more people that have been added to Black history.
Yeah. Mansu Musa and stuff like that. They don't teach about that. They don't want you to learn that. But go on, Tavares. I'm gonna be quiet.
Oh no. This has been a very robust conversation. I hate to put a bow on it. But I got a pretty busy next couple of days. So I do want to start I want to end the way we started and talking about how they villainized Malcolm X. They asked Black people why, how dare you support this evil man that supported racism, and he was all the things that they had to say, that white people had to say to Black people while we were mourning our brother that had been gone, right? That they killed, they took him, right? And that's the tragedy. Even though we might not think Martin Luther, regardless of the fact they took him, they take them. They took Fred Hampton. They took them because of what they stood for and the impact that they could have. And I still believe very strongly that all this stuff that they're doing is that they're trying to avoid the Black Messiah. The one black person that galvanizes all Black people together. And they hate our unity. They hate when we come like believe it or not, in spite of what the rest of the world or what Alexandria is going through, Black people we're it's a lot more of us on code than that are not on code at this point. As a matter of fact, it's kind of jarring to see how many Black people are actually staying and being on code, right? We're getting rid of people as they reveal themselves because this isn't the redemption tour. We're not trying to wait for people to redeem themselves. This is the time where we put up our strongest fight ever because that's what they're doing. They're trying to put us in this world of confusion, this ball of confusion, as the Temptations would sing. And a lot of us aren't going for it. And I'm very proud of that. And that makes me even more proud to be unapologetically Black. Because I don't have to apologize for my lineage and who I am and where I come from. I don't have to hide that. I don't have to hide anything about who I am. I'm Black. And the second that people stop discounting our Blackness and start acknowledging our Blackness the way that in a respectful manner, and we're not even saying people gotta bend over backwards and none of that other shit. Either leave us the fuck alone, or if you got something to treat us, if you have to interact with us, treat us fair. Yeah, it does sound like Malcolm. It does sound like Malcolm. They're villainized. They're trying to, but it's not going to work. Stop letting them villainize our people. Because I guarantee you it's a lot more of them. It's a lot more of them that are villainous, cantankerous, rabid, snaky. It's a lot more of them than there could ever be of us. And so just be on guard. And just be on guard, folks. So on that note, Miss Lita, would you like to read the names? I think she left a long time ago, and I'm just sitting up here by myself. Yeah, she did. I'll go do it. I'll do it. See, got to step up. I'll do it. So thank you, Miss Freddie. Thank you, Miss Thomas. Thank you, Miss Jacobs. Thank you, Miss Adrian. Thank you, Miss Summer. Thank you, Miss Linda Bell. Hey, Miss Linda Bell. Brother Nat. Miss Sybil Jacobs, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back on Tuesday night. Yep. Make sure y'all sharing this show out, because y'all, the reason the numbers are dipped out is because I haven't been able to share, and I'm tired of talking about my broke computer. But yeah, I haven't been able to do the things that I normally do. But yeah, make sure y'all share the show out. Yeah. We should turn this into like a actual, like, you can upload this to iTunes or something. We do need to expand, to spread our wings. The rest of the world needs to know about what's going on in Alexandria. You know, they're gonna find out anyway. So we're gonna be here to make sure that they got the facts straight. We'll fact check and keep this ball rolling. I'm still celebrating Juneteenth, by the way. I don't care if it's December, November. As long as it ain't February, because in February I got to do Black History. So this is gonna be going on for a while. Boom. That's it. Sit back and relax. I got one more thing I want to play for y'all, and we'll get out of here. Hold on.
Alexandria, Louisiana. Stand up! Yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, hey! Stand up, stand up. Put your hands up. Whole city tired, man, they can't stand us. Crime going up, water look brown. Bills too high, got the whole town down. Stand up, stand up. Put your hands up. If you love your city, better man up. For the key, for the elders too. If nobody else care, then it's up to you. Taxation without representation. Trying to save the city before we save the nation. Every month another bill, another situation. People barely living, tired of frustration. Lights high, water high, rent high too. Whole hood stressed, what we supposed to do? Mama crying, daddy working overtime. Still can't win, man, this world out of line. But we ain't backing down. Tell the whole town gather round. If you hear me, say it loud. Stand up, stand up. Put your hands up. Whole city tired, man, they can't stand up. Crime going up, water look brown. Bills too high, got the whole town down. Stand up, stand up. Put your hands up. If you love your city, better man up. For the kid, for the elders too. If nobody else care, then it's up to you. Hands up, like Mike Brown. Pain in the streets, got the city pipe down. Young boy lost, trying to find their way. Need real men, standing up today. If you a leader, then lay it right now. Don't wait till the whole thing burn down. Church folks, hood folks, come together. Real change only happen when we move together. Stand up for the north side. Stand up. Stand up for the south side. Stand up. Stand up for the east side. Stand up. Stand up for the west side. Everybody say stand up, stand up. Hey, 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 hey. Stand up. Stand up, stand up. Put your hands up. Whole city tired, man, they can't stand us. Crime going up, water look brown. Bills too high, got the whole town down. Stand up, stand up. Put your hands up. If you love your city, better man up. For the kid, for the elders too. If nobody else care, then it's up to you. Hey. Alexandria, we still here.